Easy English Life Podcast.
Real English, real life. Have you ever opened your phone, looked at a friend's name, and thought, we used to talk every day. What happened?
Oh, yes. And sometimes you scroll up and see old messages like, best friend forever. And now the last message is from 3 weeks ago. Haha, yeah.
That tiny, yeah, can feel surprisingly heavy.
Very heavy. It is like the friendship slowly changed from a full movie to a short text message.
Today we are talking about something many people experience, when a friend slowly stops talking to you. Not suddenly, not with a big fight, just slowly.
The slow fade.
Exactly. The slow fade means someone communicates less and less over time. They reply later, they stop asking questions, they do not make plans, and you start wondering, did I do something wrong?
That question can stay in your head all day.
Welcome to Easy English Life Podcast, where we learn natural English through real-life conversations. I'm Maya.
And I'm Leo. Today's episode is a B1 to B2 level conversation, so the English will be clear, natural, and easy to follow. But we will also learn some useful natural phrases.
Our topic today is when a friend slowly stops talking to you.
A soft topic, but also a painful one.
Yes, and we will talk about how to understand it, how to describe it in English, and what you can say in real life.
And maybe how not to send 5 messages at midnight saying, "Do you hate me?"
That is also important.
Very important. I am asking for a friend. The friend is me.
Let's begin with the main problem. When a friend slowly stops talking to you, it can feel confusing because there is no clear ending.
Right. If there is a fight, at least you know what happened.
Exactly. But when someone slowly becomes distant, your mind tries to fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks means you try to guess the missing information, right?
Yes. For example, your friend does not reply for 2 days. You do not know why. So your mind starts guessing. Maybe they are angry. Maybe I said something wrong. Maybe they found new friends.
Or maybe they are just busy, tired, or bad at replying.
Also possible. This is why the topic matters. It is not only about friendship. It is also about communication, feelings, and self-respect.
Self-respect means you still value yourself even when someone gives you less attention.
Beautiful explanation, Leo.
Thank you. I am emotionally advanced today.
Let's look at our first main point.
Point number 1. A friend becoming quiet does not always mean they dislike you.
Yes, sometimes people become distant because of stress, work, school, family problems, or mental tiredness.
So if my friend stops texting me every day, I should not immediately think the friendship is over.
Correct. A useful phrase here is, they may be going through something.
Going through something. That sounds natural.
It means someone is experiencing a difficult time, but you may not know all the details. For example, she's been quiet lately. Maybe she's going through something.
So it is a kind way to think about the situation.
Yes, it helps you stay calm before you make a conclusion.
But Maya, what if they still post online? Like, they do not reply to my message, but they post a photo of coffee.
That can hurt. But posting online is not the same as having an emotional conversation. Sometimes people have energy for small things, but not for deep communication.
That makes sense. A person can have coffee energy, but not friendship conversation energy.
Exactly.
Useful phrase, coffee energy.
Not official English, but very understandable.
I will use it carefully.
Here is a real-life example. You message your friend. Hey, do you want to meet this weekend? They reply 2 days later. Sorry, I've been really busy. Then they do not suggest another time. You might feel rejected.
Rejected means you feel someone does not want you or does not choose you.
Yes, but one late reply is not enough to know the whole story. First, observe the pattern.
Pattern means something that happens again and again.
Right. If it happens one time, maybe they are busy. If it happens many times, maybe the friendship is changing.
So do not panic after one message. Look for a pattern.
Exactly.
Point number 2. Pay attention to effort, not only words.
This is a big one. In friendships, people can say, we should meet soon. But if they never make time, the words and actions do not match.
Ouch. That one is real.
A useful phrase here is, the effort feels one-sided.
One-sided means only one person is doing most of the work.
Yes. If you are always the one texting first, asking questions, making plans, and checking in, the friendship may feel one-sided.
For example, I ask, "How was your interview?" My friend answers, "Good." Then they do not ask, "How about you?" And I am sitting there like, "Hello, I also exist."
That is a very common example. A one-sided conversation can feel lonely.
Even if you are technically talking.
Yes, communication is not only about messages, it is about interest. Does the other person show interest in your life?
So a natural sentence could be, "I feel like I'm the only one making an effort."
Perfect. That sentence is honest and clear. It does not attack the other person. It explains your feeling.
Better than, "You never care about me."
Yes. You never care about me sounds more like blame. Sometimes we feel that way, but if we want a calm conversation, it is better to use I feel.
I feel like I'm the only one making an effort.
Exactly.
But what if the other person says, "No, I do care. I'm just busy."
Then you can listen. Maybe they are busy. But you can also look at what happens next. If they care, they may try to change a little. Maybe they reply more clearly. Maybe they suggest a plan.
Actions again.
Always actions.
Point number 3, sometimes friendships change naturally.
Yes, this is hard, but true. Not every friendship ends because someone is bad. Sometimes people grow in different directions.
Grow in different directions. That sounds gentle.
It means two people's lives, interests, or priorities become different over time. For example, one friend starts a new job. Another friend moves to a new city. One friend wants quiet weekends. The other wants to go out often.
Or one friend becomes obsessed with running, and the other friend only runs when the elevator is closing.
Very specific, Leo.
Personal experience.
A useful phrase here is, we've drifted apart.
Drifted apart, what does that mean?
To drift apart means to slowly become less close. It usually happens over time, not because of one big problem. Example, we were close in college, but we drifted apart after graduation.
That feels sad, but not angry.
Exactly. It describes a natural distance.
So if a friend slowly stops talking to me, maybe the friendship is not destroyed. Maybe we have just drifted apart.
Yes, and that can still hurt. A natural change can still be painful.
That is important. Just because it is normal does not mean it feels easy.
Very true. You can accept the change and still feel sad.
I like that. Accepting does not mean pretending you do not care.
Exactly.
Point number 4. You can reach out once, calmly and clearly.
Yes, if you miss the friend, you do not have to stay silent forever. You can reach out.
Reach out means contact someone, right?
Yes, to reach out means to send a message, call, or contact someone, usually in a kind way.
So not a dramatic message?
Not dramatic, calm and clear. For example, hey, I feel like we haven't talked much lately. I miss our conversations. Is everything okay?
That sounds nice. Not too heavy, but still honest.
Exactly. Another example. I noticed we've been a little distant. I just wanted to check in.
Check in means ask how someone is doing.
Yes, it is a very useful phrase. I just wanted to check in sounds warm and gentle.
What should we avoid saying?
Avoid messages that sound like an accusation.
Accusation means saying someone did something wrong.
Right. For example, why are you ignoring me? Or, you don't care about me anymore. Those messages may be true to your feelings, but they can make the other person defensive.
Defensive means they feel attacked and try to protect themselves.
Exactly. A calmer message gives the friendship a better chance.
So instead of, "Why are you ignoring me?" we can say, "I feel like we haven't talked much lately. Is everything okay?"
Perfect.
But how many times should I reach out?
Good question. Usually, one clear and kind message is enough. Maybe 2 if the situation is important. But if you keep reaching out and they do not respond, you should protect your peace.
Protect your peace. That sounds like a phrase people need.
It means take care of your emotional well-being. Do not keep putting yourself in a situation that makes you feel small or anxious.
So do not chase someone forever.
Right. You can care about someone without chasing them.
That sentence deserves a quiet moment.
It does.
Point number 5. Do not let one distant friend decide your value.
Yes, this is the heart of the episode. When a friend becomes distant, it is easy to think, maybe I am boring. Maybe I am too much. Maybe people always leave me.
The brain becomes a sad storyteller.
That is a great way to say it. The brain can create a painful story without enough facts.
A useful phrase here is, don't take it too personally.
Yes, this phrase means do not believe everything is about you or your worth. For example, if a friend is distant, it may be because of their life, their stress, their communication style, or a natural change.
But Maya, sometimes it is personal, right? Maybe I did something wrong.
That is possible. And if you think you hurt someone, you can apologize. But you still need balance. You can reflect without blaming yourself for everything.
Reflect means think carefully about your actions and feelings.
Exactly. Ask yourself, did I say something hurtful? Did I ignore their needs? Did we have a misunderstanding? If yes, you can take responsibility. But if you cannot find a clear reason, do not punish yourself with guesses.
Punish yourself with guesses. That is deep.
It happens a lot. People imagine the worst and then suffer because of the story they created.
So a healthier thought is, I don't know the full story yet.
Yes. Or, this hurts, but it does not define me.
Define me means say who I am or what I am worth.
Correct.
So if one friend stops talking to me, it does not mean I am not a good friend.
Exactly. It means one relationship is changing. That is all you know for sure.
I needed that sentence in 2019.
Many of us did.
Now let's do the Natural English Upgrade section.
Great. In this section, we compare basic English with more natural English. These are phrases you can use in real conversations. Basic English. My friend doesn't talk to me now. More natural English. My friend has been distant lately.
That sounds much better because has been distant lately shows that the change is happening over time. It is not too dramatic.
Basic English. I always text first. More natural English. I feel like I'm the only one making an effort.
That sounds more natural because it explains the feeling, not just the action.
Basic English. Maybe she has problems. More natural English. Maybe she's going through something.
That sounds kinder and more natural. It means she may be having a difficult time.
Basic English. We are not close now. More natural English. I think we've drifted apart.
That sounds gentle. It means the friendship slowly changed.
Basic English. I want to ask if you are okay. More natural English. I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing.
That sounds warm and friendly. It is good for a message.
Basic English. I should stop trying so hard. More natural English. I need to protect my peace.
That sounds more emotional, but still clear. It means I need to take care of myself.
Excellent. Now let's review today's vocabulary.
Welcome to the Word Tour, where we walk through useful words and phrases without getting lost.
Our first phrase is the slow fade.
The slow fade means when someone slowly communicates less and less. The relationship does not end suddenly, but it becomes quieter.
Example 1. I think our friendship is going through a slow fade.
Example 2. The slow fade can feel confusing because nothing is clearly wrong.
Our second phrase is go through something.
To go through something means to experience a difficult time.
Example 1. He has been quiet lately. Maybe he's going through something.
Example 2. When people go through something, they may not reply quickly.
Our third phrase is one-sided.
One-sided means only one person is giving effort, care, or attention.
Example 1. The conversation feels one-sided because I always ask the questions.
Example 2. A friendship can feel painful when the effort is one-sided.
Our fourth phrase is make an effort.
To make an effort means to try. In friendship, it means you give time, attention, or care.
Example 1. I always make an effort to remember her birthday.
Example 2. If both people make an effort, the friendship feels healthier.
Our fifth phrase is drift apart.
To drift apart means to slowly become less close over time.
Example 1. We drifted apart after we started working in different cities.
Example 2. Sometimes friends drift apart, even when nobody did anything wrong.
Our sixth phrase is reach out.
To reach out means to contact someone, usually in a kind or helpful way.
Example 1. I might reach out and ask if everything is okay.
Example 2. She reached out after a long time and said she missed me.
Our seventh phrase is check in.
To check in means to ask how someone is doing.
Example 1. I just wanted to check in and see how you're feeling.
Example 2. A short check-in message can make someone feel cared for.
Our eighth phrase is take it personally.
To take something personally means to feel that someone's action is about you or your value, even when it may not be.
Example 1. Try not to take it personally if your friend replies late.
Example 2. I took it personally when he canceled, but later I learned he was sick.
Our ninth phrase is protect your peace.
To protect your peace means to take care of your emotional health and avoid situations that hurt you again and again.
Example 1. I care about him, but I also need to protect my peace.
Example 2. Sometimes protecting your peace means giving someone space.
Now it is time for a mini practice challenge.
This one is useful and not too scary.
Your challenge is to write or say 3 sentences. Sentence 1, describe the situation. Sentence 2, describe your feeling. Sentence 3, use a calm message you could send.
Here is a model.
My friend has been distant lately. I feel confused because I'm usually the one making an effort. I might say, hey, I feel like we haven't talked much lately. I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing.
That is clear, kind, and not dramatic.
Exactly. You can practice with your own situation, or you can invent one. The goal is to learn natural English for a real feeling.
And maybe also to not send a message with 12 question marks.
Yes, 1 question mark is usually enough.
Noted.
Before we finish, let's remember the main message. When a friend slowly stops talking to you, it can hurt. It can make you feel confused, rejected, or worried.
But you do not always know the full story.
Right. They may be going through something. The friendship may have become one-sided. You may have drifted apart. Or maybe you need one honest, gentle conversation.
And if they still do not respond, you can care about them and protect your peace.
Beautifully said. You are allowed to miss someone. You are allowed to feel sad. But one distant friendship does not define your value.
You are still a good person, even if someone replies with, haha, yeah, after 3 weeks.
If this episode helped you, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment with one phrase you learned today.
And if your comment is coffee energy, I will understand.
Thank you for listening to Easy English Life Podcast. I'm Maya.
And I'm Leo. Take care of your heart, your English, and your phone battery.
See you in the next episode.
Goodbye.